Some moments transcend the game itself. They become woven into the fabric of sports history, remembered not just for the score but for the emotion, the spectacle, and the people who make them unforgettable. These are the moments that remind us why we love college football. The passion, the tradition, and the personalities that light up our Saturday mornings. August 30th, 2025, was one such day in Columbus, Ohio. The city was alive with anticipation, buzzing from the early hours as fans poured into the streets, their faces painted, their voices echoing with hope and excitement. It was more than just another game day. It was a day that would be etched into the memories of everyone who witnessed it. The showdown between Texas and Ohio State was electric, a clash of titans that had the entire nation watching. But beyond the rivalry and the roar of the crowd, the real story was unfolding on the College GameDay set. This was Lee Corso's final show, a moment that felt both inevitable and impossible, as if the sun itself was setting on an era. Lee, dressed in a sharp tuxedo that seemed to capture the gravity of the occasion, was the heart and soul of the show for nearly 4 decades. His wit, his warmth, and his unpredictable antics had become as much a part of college football as the games themselves. Today, every eye was on him, every heart hoping to savor one last memory. Tributes poured in from all corners of the sports world. Players, coaches, and celebrities shared stories of Lee's infectious enthusiasm, his boundless kindness, and the way he made everyone feel like part of the family. Some laughed, some cried, but all agreed college football simply wouldn't be the same without him. Yet this wasn't a somber farewell, it was a celebration, a festival of a life dedicated to the game. The air was filled with confetti, balloons, and laughter. Fans of all ages came together, united by their love for the sport and their gratitude for the man who had guided them through so many unforgettable Saturdays. As the show neared its end, the energy reached a fever pitch. The crowd, thousands strong, erupted into a chant, "Corso! Corso!" Their voices rising in a wave of gratitude and admiration. It was a moment of pure appreciation, a thank you for years of joy, surprise, and unforgettable headgear picks. For 38 remarkable seasons, Lee Corso had been our guide through the chaos and excitement of college football Saturdays. He was there for the upsets, the rivalries, the traditions, and the moments that made us cheer, laugh, and sometimes even cry. His legacy was written not just in statistics, but in the memories he created for millions. Now, it was time for his final headgear pick, the signature moment that had become a tradition in its own right. As he reached for the mascot head, the world seemed to hold its breath, knowing this was the exclamation point on a legendary career, a ritual that would be remembered for generations. The world watched, united in anticipation, ready to hang on his every word and gesture one last time. In that moment it was clear, Lee Corso's impact would echo far beyond the field, living on in the hearts of fans, friends, and the entire college football family. The final segment of the show had arrived, and you could feel the electricity in the air. The stadium was bathed in the golden glow of sunset, and the anticipation was almost tangible. Fans leaned forward in their seats, eyes glued to the set, waiting for the moment that had become a tradition. Lee Corso's legendary headgear pick. All eyes were on Lee, the man who could turn a simple prediction into a spectacle. The cameras zoomed in, capturing every twitch of his eyebrow, every hint of a smile. The audience, both in the stadium and at home, held their breath, knowing something special was about to happen. This was the game of the week, Texas Longhorns versus the Ohio State Buckeyes. The stakes were sky high, and the nation was watching. Most of the analysts, with their stats and logic, picked Texas to win. The Longhorns were the favorites, and it seemed like the safe bet. The experts rattled off numbers, pointing to Texas's explosive offense and their recent string of victories. The crowd murmured, some nodding in agreement, others hoping for an upset. But Lee Corso was never about the safe choice. He thrived on drama, on the unexpected, on the moments that made college football magical. He paused, letting the tension build, his eyes twinkling with mischief. He spoke passionately about the power of playing at home, about the energy that surges through a team when they have thousands of fans behind them. He reminded everyone that the Buckeyes were not just playing for themselves but for an entire state. The roar of the shoe, as Ohio Stadium is affectionately called, was deafening. Waves of scarlet and gray filled the stands, flags waving, voices raised in unison. It was a force that could not be measured by statistics alone. With a showman's flair, Lee held both helmets aloft, teasing the crowd, drawing out the suspense. The audience was on the edge of their seats, some shouting for Texas, others chanting for Ohio State. Then, with a dramatic pause, he looked straight into the camera and declared, "Not so fast, my friend." The phrase echoed through the stadium, instantly recognizable to every college football fan. In one swift motion, he tossed the Texas helmet aside, sending a ripple of shock and excitement through the crowd. The message was clear. He was going against the grain. Then, with a flourish, he donned the iconic Brutus Buckeye mascot head. The transformation was complete. Lee Corso had made his pick, and it was Ohio State. The crowd erupted in pure, unfiltered joy. Fans leapt to their feet, hugging strangers, waving their arms, and shouting at the top of their lungs. It was a moment of unity, of hope, of belief in the underdog. Lee had picked the underdog, and in doing so, he created an unforgettable memory for everyone watching. It was more than just a prediction. It was a celebration of what makes college football so special: the unpredictability, the passion, and the belief that anything can happen. With the Brutus head on, Lee danced across the set, the marching band blaring in the background, the crowd singing along. For a few magical moments, everything felt right in the world of college football. And as the game played out, Lee's final headgear prediction proved prophetic. The Buckeyes pulled off a thrilling victory, sending their fans home with a story they'd tell for years to come. The Ohio State pick was grand, but not the only Corso magic. Earlier, we focused on Alabama versus Lee's alma mater, Florida State. Alabama was favored, but Lee saw something different. With quiet confidence, he declared FSU would win outright. We chuckled, thinking it sentimental, not serious. But FSU played with fire, controlling the game. Final score, Florida State 31, Alabama 17. Lee's genius pick stunned the college football world. He understood the game's heart, not just stats. His FSU upset call was a mic drop, proving his sharp insight. Lee Corso's final Saturday was magical beyond predictions. His coaching legacy spanned 6 schools, each winning their opening game. It was a cosmic tribute, a perfect 6-for-6 salute. Victories came in all forms, echoing Corso's tenacious spirit. It felt like a thank you from the football gods. The improbability made it special, a movie script moment. Each win was a nod to the foundation he laid. As the final whistle blew, awe settled over us. Lee's farewell became a celebration of his entire football life. The universe delivered the ultimate tribute, ensuring his last Saturday was perfect. Lee Corso's coaching journey began at Florida State University. His deep connection to FSU made his upset pick over Alabama poignant. The Seminoles' victory was a full-circle moment, validating his faith. It was a beautiful bookend to his career, starting and ending with FSU. Maryland, where he coached, also secured a dominant victory. Both programs' wins added layers to the celebration. His influence wasn't limited to head coaching roles. He left a piece of his passion and knowledge everywhere he went. The victories were a powerful tribute to their former coach. Lee Corso's coaching journey left a unique mark on each role. At Navy, he fit the mold of a leader who understood discipline. On his final game day, Navy routed VMI, scoring over 50 points. At Louisville, he transformed the program, leading them to their first bowl. Louisville's offensive clinic added to the day's magic. Both Navy and Louisville exploded offensively, a coordinated salute. It was a testament to the high-energy football Lee championed. These victories represented crucial parts of Lee's story. Navy and Louisville soared, celebrating Lee's career and character. Lee Corso took on the challenge of coaching in the Big Ten at Indiana. His impact was profound, leading Indiana to their first bowl win. On his farewell Saturday, Indiana secured a gritty victory. It was a nod to the foundation he built in Bloomington. At Northern Illinois, he left an impression in one season. NIU's dramatic victory completed the perfect 6-for-6 sweep. The wins reflected Lee's career underdog spirit, explosive potential, and will to win. It was an unbelievable tribute from every program he led. Lee Corso's coaching record doesn't scream legend, but his impact was profound. His legacy was about building programs and inspiring young men. At Louisville, he put the program on the map, leading them to their first bowl. At Indiana, he achieved the impossible with their first bowl victory. His coaching career was defined by breakthrough moments. He instilled belief and competed with passion and humor. Players remember how he inspired them to be better men. His legacy is in the hearts of players and fans he inspired. As the sun set on that perfect Saturday, reality sank in. The echoes of cheers faded into the evening, and the stadium, once alive with energy, grew quiet. It was a moment of reflection, a pause in time when everyone realized that something truly special had come to an end. The air was thick with nostalgia, and even the departing fans seemed to move a little slower, reluctant to let go of the day. Lee Corso's last show marked the end of an era. The familiar set, now silent, felt different, almost sacred. For decades, Lee was the heartbeat of College GameDay, his presence a constant through changing times and faces. His final broadcast was more than just a goodbye. It was the closing of a chapter that defined college football for generations. College GameDay will continue, but it will miss its heart and soul. The show will go on, the lights will shine, and the fans will gather, but there will always be an empty space where Lee once sat. His energy, his humor, and his wisdom shaped the show into what it is today. Without him, it will never be quite the same. Lee taught America to have fun with college football. He reminded us that the game was about more than just scores and stats. It was about community, tradition, and joy. His playful spirit brought people together, turning every Saturday into a celebration. He made us laugh, think, and sometimes even cry, but always left us feeling connected. He connected with fans on a human level, his love genuine and infectious. Whether he was donning a mascot head or sharing a heartfelt story, Lee made everyone feel like they were part of the family. His warmth transcended the screen, reaching millions who tuned in each week. He was approachable, kind, and always authentic. For me, the loss is profound. He was my mentor and friend. Lee believed in me when I doubted myself, offering guidance and encouragement at every turn. He taught me the importance of integrity, humility, and passion, not just in broadcasting but in life. His wisdom shaped my career and his friendship enriched my soul. He taught me to be myself and never take life too seriously. Lee's greatest lesson was to embrace every moment, to find joy in the little things, and to always stay true to who you are. His laughter was contagious, his outlook on life inspiring. He showed us all that it's okay to be a little silly, to make mistakes, and to celebrate every victory, big or small. Lee Corso is a living legend, woven into college football's fabric. His legacy is not just in the games he covered, but in the memories he created and the lives he touched. He became a symbol of the sports spirit, passionate, unpredictable, and full of heart. Generations of fans grew up watching him, and his influence will be felt for years to come. His final day was a fitting farewell, as unique and magical as he was. The outpouring of love from fans, colleagues, and players was a testament to the impact he made. It was a celebration of a remarkable career, filled with laughter, surprises, and heartfelt goodbyes. The confetti, the cheers, and the tributes all spoke to the legacy he leaves behind. Thank you, Lee, for the laughter, passion, and memories. You gave us more than just entertainment. You gave us a sense of belonging, a reason to gather, and stories we'll tell for generations. Your legacy is a gift to the world of college football, and to everyone who had the privilege of watching you work your magic. You are, and always will be, the heart of College GameDay. Your spirit will linger in every broadcast, every cheer, and every Saturday morning. The show may go on, but your presence will never be forgotten. You've left an indelible mark on all of us. Your legacy is etched in stone, a permanent reminder of the joy, wisdom, and love you brought to college football. Thank you, Lee, for everything.